Welcome to the Pulse with Peter B. I'm your host, Peter Biancamato, and let's get you to the pulse on everything you need to know. And today's episode is brought to you by Believe Health. Visit BelieveHealth.com and nominate your doctor today. And we are here at beautiful Maxwell Pier Park, joined as we have been in the last week was your first week in few weeks before that, but joining us again is Josh Sotomayor Einstein, our political analyst every week. Josh,
this isn't my first time?
This isn't your first time.
Then I won't remember it.
Exactly. Anyway, Josh, there have been a lot more regulations that were brought down from state and municipal governments since we were here last week. But also, I do believe that people just want to know, when are we going to get back to some normalcy? When are we going to get back to our day jobs? And what have we been hearing from local and state leaders?
So first, on the plethora of ever-changing new and stricter regulations, I call them Murphy's Laws because they, in context, they don't make sense. If we're not supposed to gather in at the park, even while social distancing, then why wasn't that banned earlier, as opposed to when we already hit the peak of and we're flattening the curve of the infection rate? So that's just one example. There's many examples. We talked about some of them last time. But when it comes to the sort of economic recovery following the medical recovery, we see across the world, Italy was particularly hard hit, still is hit. Spain was particularly and still going through a lot. Yet those countries, in addition to the United Kingdom, the Czech Republic, and Denmark, as well as others, are starting to, in the beginning of next week, rolling out plans to slowly open up their economy. For example, Italy, one of the first type of stores that's going to be open in Italy are bookstores, and they're going to have a limited amount of people that are going to be allowed in, and there's still requirements in many of these countries for wearing face masks and gloves and whatnot. But whereas Europe has begun the process of figuring out what to do the day after COVID, on the state level in the United States, we've not. Now, many of the governors across the country had a call with the president the other day where he unrolled a plan, and it's hopeful. The plan wants to open up the country by the beginning of next month, but the president smartly and rightfully said, at the end of the day, I'm leaving this decision up to you, because he understands that every state is different and every state has been hit different in different manners.
So let's put a timetable, because we're obviously behind Italy, probably a month or so behind Italy, you would say, maybe 2 weeks behind Spain. Do you think that people could see these regulations now for a month to come? I know Governor Cuomo announced the other day that basically only essential businesses were going to be opened up in New York until May 15th. I mean, we are behind these other countries that are starting to open up businesses.
And
is the timeline the same?
Governor Murphy said that, extended the school closure to at least
same time,
the 15th of next month.
Right.
I think while we were hit later, seemingly, because there's a lot of questions about this virus. It could have been that it came to our shores way earlier and affected a lot of people in a less strong manner, which would affect its mortality rate, right? Its infection to death rate. Because California, all the predictions said that, for example, California would be hit a lot more than it was. Thankfully, it's not been.
And do you give credit to the state government out there, Governor Newsom, who put in self-isolation policies early on?
You have to give credit where credit is due for the yeoman's work of every governor when it comes to the things that they're doing that make sense. But what there are some scientists and epidemiologists are hypothesizing is that if you look at the tourism rate from China to California, California is the #1 tourist state from Chinese tourists to the United States, right? So if you look at that and you look at their spike in what people believe to be flu cases that happened earlier, it's possible, again, nothing is set in stone, but it's possible that the virus actually hit the United States earlier, which would mean that its infection to mortality rate is way lower than we currently believe. But
go ahead, finish.
No, please.
No. One of the things that I find interesting is the president has come out and said that he wanted to open up business in about 20, 25, 29 states, whatever it was, by a May 1st deadline. Can the country run with half of its states open and half of its states not?
Well, basically that's what's going on right now. About a little bit more than half the population is working and half isn't. And the fact is that while you have to give credit where credit is due, you also critique where critique is earned. When it comes to Governor Murphy, Governor Cuomo, Governor Newsom, and a whole host of governors across the country, there is absolutely no plan to rebuild economically after we have fought and defeated the virus. And that's on them. The only plan that's come out of the Murphy administration right now, as of yesterday, is to raise taxes. He wants to issue bonds to raise taxes for the quote-unquote lost revenue. So he's going to raise sales taxes and property taxes on hundreds of thousands of New Jerseyans that may not have jobs. Some of them already don't have jobs, or looking at furloughs, or their business bottom line has shrunk. And their solution across these states isn't to say, well, maybe we need to change how business was done at a state level. Maybe we need to take less of the people's money and spend it. Their solution is to make these states economically less desirable. And New Jersey, before the coronavirus, was hemorrhaging residents, with tens of thousands of New Jersey native born going to more affordable states. Governor Murphy's solution is to make New Jersey more unaffordable. If you want to see businesses come back, if you want to see jobs come back, this is not the way to go about it.
But where does a person like Governor Murphy or Governor Cuomo get the tax revenue that they need to run efficiently after this? I mean, this pandemic has
the question is, what do you mean by what they need? And I think decade after decade, we've seen both New York State and New Jersey, our home state, spend more than they need.
I mean,
solution
you have
to budget gaps is always to raise taxes.
But you also have people on the government payroll. So, I mean, if they can't afford to pay those people on the government payroll, we're going to have more people on unemployment, correct?
Yes, but if we continue to rob the taxpayer of their money to purchase salaries for more politically connected and economically unproductive people that we call public employees, that are represented by unions that fight for their job stability that no one has in the real world, that's how a country economically, or a state in our case, goes under. It's not sustainable. It wasn't sustainable beforehand. And the solution isn't to try to work with the unions, the public sector unions, to find some sort of compromise. Their solution is just to reach deeper into your pocket, into the pocket of business owners, into the pocket of taxpayers, into the pocket of servers, into everyone's wallet, as if taking more from the taxpayer is going to somehow magically make New Jersey a place where jobs grow. That wasn't the case before Corona, and it's going to utterly destroy New Jersey.
All right, well, Josh, we have a few seconds here. Can you just tell the audience, when do you think normalcy will be back? Give me a timetable.
Well, if we look at what Murphy said 2 or 3 days ago, he said he did not believe that he thought it was possible that we'd be shut down till June or July. And if you want to see all the businesses die in New Jersey, keep us shut down to July.
All right. Never want to shy away. Josh Sotomayor Einstein, our political analyst, every week here on The Post. Folks, when we come back, Sandy Rask of Believe Health will be joining us via Skype. You are not going to want to miss it. We will be right back. Peter Biancamano, your hostess with the mostest of The Pulse with Peter B. Folks, in response to our most recent guest, Sandy Rask of Believe Health, we are offering an exclusive opportunity for The Pulse with Peter B viewers. Nominate your doctor by visiting www.believehealth.com, and you will receive a $100 gift card and a free 1-year membership if your doctor signs up to offer Believe Health plans. All you have to do is visit believehealth.com and click Nominate Your Doctor. Fill out the contact information and note that you are a Pulse with Peter B viewer. When your doctor signs up to offer Believe Health plans, they will contact you with details for your gift card and annual membership. Go on there and sign up and nominate your doctor today. Peter Biancamano, your hostess with the mostest of The Pulse of Peter B. Folks, don't forget to get on our YouTube page and binge watch all of our past episodes. Type in The Pulse of Peter B in your search bar and please subscribe. Also, go on our Instagram page and follow us at The Pulse with Peter B. Get on our Facebook page and follow and like us there. All you have to do is type in The Pulse with Peter B in the search bar. You're not going to want to miss it. We're constantly updating that page with previews. We put our full shows on there. And also, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at our email address, and that is thepulsewithpeterb@gmail.com. We look forward to responding to you. Welcome back to the show, and we are so happy to be joined again by Sandy Rask, who is the president and co-founder of Believe Health. Sandy, hope all is well out on the West Coast and you are staying safe.
I am safe, I am isolated, and I'm doing well, Peter, and I hope you are as well. It's a gorgeous day here in Southern California, and we're super enjoying this weather in isolation.
Well, I'm glad to hear that it's warm out there, Sandy. As you can see, we are wearing gloves here in New Jersey. It's a spring day that certainly feels like a winter early evening.
Yeah.
So, Sandy, it's a pretty simple question to start out with. Basically, what is telehealth?
Oh, good. Telehealth is such a great question. It's a big, broad category, but the way that most people define it is that it's basically an in-office appointment with a provider that's been moved over to the computer. So you can, you can look at your doctor, you can talk to your doctor, but the doctor just can't put hands on you.
And Sandy, who is the doctor on the line when my insurance company offers telehealth?
Oh, wow. Well, the best answer to that is you don't know. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing, but it's not your doctor. It's the doctor that they have on staff, or the nurse practitioner, or the PA that is there to answer questions. But they don't have your health history. They don't know your preferences. They have no relationship with you. So the hardest thing about getting telemedicine through your insurance company is that you just have something there for the simple things. You don't have any of the the health history that you would have with your own doctor.
All right, Sandy. This is a pretty straightforward question, but our viewers need
Yes.
to know, and even I need to know, how does one use Believe Health?
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's just like having your doctor on your cell phone. So you can text with your doctor. You can have a call directly with your doctor. You can have a video chat with your doctor right on your phone. So anytime you have a question, no matter how big or small, and instead of going out to WebMD or to a friend, you can get online with your doctor and talk to him or her about exactly what's going on in your life.
So, Sandy, what is the difference about going into your primary care doctor and using Believe Health?
Yeah, well, it's the difference between appointments and good health care. Appointments really are for sick care. So it's just when you get sick enough, you make an appointment, you go in and you see your doctor, or you go online and you see your doctor. But Believe Health really connects the dots in between so that you don't have to get to sick care. You have a lot of well care, and you have questions answered early on in the spectrum before it gets to the point where you're so sick you need an appointment.
And you talk about how patients don't have to obviously wait and fill out paperwork and so on and so forth. We spoke about this the last time you were on regarding urgent care facilities. What type of differences are there between Believe Health and urgent care facilities?
Yeah, no, that's good. No, there's a couple of really big differences. Again, it comes back to who are you having the conversation with? So if you walk into an urgent care center, you're talking to somebody who has no health history with you, no relationship with you, doesn't know anything about you other than what you present at the center. So instead of that, if you go to Believe Health, you're going to your doctor. The one that knows you, the one that's built up that history with you and can answer questions so much easier and so much more in alignment with how you want your healthcare provided.
Wow, that's fantastic. And basically, if an urgent care facility is closed, you can go to your doctor, or you can, through Believe Health, speak to your doctor, correct?
Exactly. Now let's be really clear too. There is a real need for urgent care centers. If you're bleeding, if you have a really urgent physical need that can't be answered in a text message, please go to the urgent care center. But for everything else, start with Believe and talk to your doctor.
So, Sandy, one might ask, because of the COVID-19 pandemic that we're all in right now, I can get virtual visits with my doctor at basically any time. Why do I need Believe Health?
Well, the answer to that question is it depends. How many doctors do you have, and how many do you see on a regular basis, and what do you need at any point in time? I would suggest to have it for one main doctor to start with. Maybe your primary care doctor. But you may have something come up where, let's say you need surgery. So you may want to, for a short period of time, add in your surgeon so that you can go through your surgical recovery with that doctor and connect your surgeon with your primary care doctor. Or you may just have one doctor in particular that you see that you want to use as your main advisor.
All right, as you mentioned, you can go to your optometrist. You can nominate and get on there, nominate your doctors, folks, at believehealth.com. You can go to my laser eye surgeon. You can nominate any doctor you want, right or wrongs.
Oh, again, a great question. It's for any doctor out there that you need to have a relationship with. I would make the case that it's for every doctor and every patient. But I can see where some patients might want to just have one or two doctors and really narrow the focus. But it works for any doctor, any patient, anytime.
All right, Sandy, the $1 million question. Where can our viewers get more information regarding Believe Health, and if there's anything that you would like to add?
So you can get information at www.believehealth.com. That's our website. We have tons of great information out there. We can be found on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Again, more information there. But truly, the easiest way to get information from us is to just give us a call. You can reach us at 833-423-5438, and we'd love to give you more information about Believe Health.
Sandy Rask, president and co-founder of Believe Health, thank you so much for joining us. You're always a pleasure to have on, and we hope to see you very, very soon.
Always a pleasure to be here, Peter B. Stay safe, stay isolated, and stay healthy.
All right, folks, when we come back, Krista Stucchio of #FoodPick will be joining us. You're not going to want to miss it. We will be right back. Peter Biancamano, your hostess with the mostest of the Pulse with Peter B. Folks, in response to our most recent guest, Sandy Rask of Believe Health, we are offering an exclusive opportunity for the Pulse with Peter B viewers. Nominate your doctor by visiting www.believehealth.com, and you will receive a $100 gift card and a free 1-year membership if your doctor signs up to offer Believe Health plans. All you have to do is visit believehealth.com and click Nominate Your Doctor. Fill out the contact information and note that you are a Pulse with Peter B viewer. When your doctor signs up to offer Believe Health plans, they will contact you with details for your gift card and annual membership. Go on there and sign up and nominate your doctor today. Welcome back to the Pulse with Peter B. I'm your host, Peter Biancamano, and joining us, as promised, and we're sorry to bring you out in the cold, Krista, is Krista Stucchio of #FoodPicks. Krista, we missed you. How have you been?
I missed you guys too. I've been good. I am a little chilly, so I don't know what happened. It's suddenly winter over here.
Exactly.
I also think the last time that we hung out was Pizza Fest?
It was Pizza Fest, where I wore that adorable hat. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. And
Was it
we
adorable?
were at a much better place, too. Everyone was allowed to hang out in the same auditorium.
Yeah,
so.
I'm pretty sure a lot of those pizza makers that day, we were like hugging and they were like sweating on us. Now,
Yes.
we would have to stand like on the other side of the room. It's just crazy.
It is.
Speaking of crazy times, obviously during this pandemic, small businesses are really, really suffering throughout the country, for that matter. But we are a local show. We do want to stick to Hoboken and the Hudson County area. You have a lot of connections in the small business community. A lot of connections, folks.
I do.
Have any of them been reaching out to you regarding their struggles?
Yeah, I have had several restaurants reach out to me and kind of talk about, different specials that they're having, different ways that you can order, anything that they want me to share on my social media. So it's kind of just been a lot of restaurants have said that the weekly orders, like during the weekdays, have been a little bit slower than weekends, which I think makes a lot of sense because a lot of people, I feel like, and even me, I'm doing a lot of cooking. I'm still working during the week, so I'm not really thinking about, where I want to eat, but the weekends tend to be more of like, okay, I'm going to go splurge now. Who can I support this weekend?
Exactly. I mean, it's so funny. I was talking to a few restaurant owners earlier this week, and if you look, the supermarket lines are stretched out the door, obviously, with the new laws. I mean,
Yep.
and we wish we could see that in small businesses. So,
Yeah, there have been a few small businesses that have been actually having lines out the door, I guess you would say. I know I went to Sushi Lounge at one point, and
are they still open, by the way?
I believe so.
Okay.
I ordered from them a few weeks ago, so don't quote me on that. But their phone was ringing off the hook, and it was great. It was an awesome thing to experience. But at the same time, I was like, this must be so hard. It's such an adjustment for a restaurant to switch from, having diners and takeout to only takeout.
Exactly. And there's many restaurants, as you know, that, just don't specialize in takeout. And unfortunately, those are the restaurants that are now temporarily closed.
Of course, yeah.
Krista, would you say, obviously, sitting in a restaurant and having a meal is a lot different than getting takeouts? Do you think that there's a difference, or?
I do think there is a difference. I mean, obviously, like right now, we're all craving that restaurant atmosphere. Just being able to like people watch and have something perfectly hot be delivered to the table. I know that I've gotten takeout, and everything still tastes really great. I haven't had any issues there. It just doesn't feel the same. You don't have that same atmosphere. You don't get to enjoy a meal with, a bunch of people or maybe a new friend at the bar. So it is different, but it's still good to keep supporting.
All right, and I have to ask you now, since you're saying that it still tastes great. So let's talk about some of the restaurants that are still open in town,
Yeah.
and some of your go-to takeout items from these places.
So I've actually only gone to each place I've gone to once because
Okay.
I really want to spread
You're
the love.
an equal opportunity visitor
Exactly.
during
yes,
the pandemic.
Yes. So I did go to Sushi Lounge, like I mentioned. Moran's over St. Patrick's Day. I did their corned beef dinner, which was delicious.
And takeout was delicious as
Takeout was delicious.
Great.
Yes, no problems there. Let's see, where else have I gone? Napoli's chicken bruschetta ranch. Everybody try that. That pie
one
is
of the
amazing.
more popular pies over there. Absolutely.
It is,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gosh, I'm blanking here.
That's totally okay. While you think about it, I have to move to something that is quite interesting, and that's alcohol consumption during this
Yeah.
time. So it's so funny because I actually ordered from a local restaurant. I think it was the Shepherd and a Knucklehead in the past few days here,
Yep.
which is located on 13th and Willow.
They've got their whole bar front
Right,
set up.
exactly.
Yep.
And the first question the guy asked me on the phone is, I placed my order. The first question after I placed my order was, what type of liquor do you want? And I'm like,
It's an
none?
important detail.
So I have to ask you, obviously, is there a difference between actually going to a liquor store, I guess, besides the factor of helping out small businesses? Because it is a lot cheaper if you go get a 6-pack of beer at a liquor store than
Right.
it is purchasing it at a restaurant. But I'm sure specialty drinks they can make for you.
Yeah, no, there have been plenty of spots I know that are offering to-go cups of different cocktails. I believe that Shepherd and the Knucklehead is one of them. It's not just beer. But yeah, I mean, I would recommend, I still have gone to the liquor store, but I am, I'm thinking about the weekend now, and I'm like, who can I support and like buy a bottle of wine from? I know Sorellina's been selling a lot of wine. They did like Easter specials and things like that. They're not open at all times, but there are like select items that they're selling. So that's always good to just kind of think about who you can support in that way. I did get a to-go mimosa a few weeks ago
There you
from
go.
Elysian
So-
Cafe. They are closed now.
Unfortunately,
But
but
it
they'll
was-
reopen hopefully. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
of course. But it was awesome. I was excited about a to-go cup.
Yeah, and then you could get I'm sure it's a pretty fancy to-go cup too. It's not one of those paper ones, correct? All right, Krista, I have to ask you. We live it was such a cliche before when we said that we live in a digital age, and now we're really living in a
We really are.
social distancing digital age. And I've asked you this before when we were in studio when we were talking about a specific restaurants. Dating. let's say you want to do a little bit. Let's say you want
This
to do
just
a
took
little
a
bit.
turn.
I know. Trust me, we do it all here on the Pulse. Let's say you want to do a virtual date with somebody. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what restaurant are you calling up for some takeout? And are you going to get liquor from them, or are you going to go to your local liquor store and get some liquor?
Oh goodness. I just because it's near me and we were just talking about it earlier. Augustino's sounds like a great date night spot to me.
Especially
Order
because
up
you
some-
can never get in there during the year. Right?
Exactly. And now you can. And you know, it's a little bit fancier. I actually don't know if they're doing the whole wine or liquor sales, but I would definitely go there instead of the liquor store if I could.
Exactly. Well, for a meal too, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, everything.
Yeah. The whole shebang, huh?
The whole shebang.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. And before you go, I mean, is there anything that you want to tell our viewers regarding, supporting small businesses in town?
Yeah, I
Go
mean,
ahead, sorry.
there's just so many things. There's so many things out there right now. A couple weeks ago, I did Tony Baloney's mozzarella making class.
Nice.
So they're doing classes every single Sunday. It's something different every week. So
It's not as
definitely
good as my father's, I hear.
Oh God! So definitely
Shameless
check
plug.
that out. I'm friendly with Steven from O'Bagel. I know that he's got a lot of fun things coming up. So just be on the lookout for that. They're shipping nationwide now. So tell your friends that they can support Hoboken in that way, like friends that are, living out of state, that they can get fresh bagels delivered right to them from O'Bagel.
Great. Well, Chris Stucchio of #FoodPick, I want to see you on this show during this pandemic. Are you down?
Yes, I am. I am.
Thank
I'm
you for
happy.
coming.
I'm happy to help and spread the word about.
Thank
small
you.
business.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for coming out on this pretty chilly day here.
Yes.
Folks, this show was sponsored by Believe Health. Nominate your doctor today at believehealth.com and join us next week for The Pulse on everything you need to know. Have a great week. Peter Biancamano, your hostess with the mostest of The Pulse with Peter B. Folks, in response to our most recent guest, Sandy Rask of Believe Health, we are offering an exclusive opportunity for The Pulse with Peter B viewers. Nominate your doctor by visiting www.believehealth.com and you will receive a $100 gift card and a free 1-year membership if your doctor signs up to offer Believe Health plans. All you have to do is visit believehealth.com and click Nominate Your Doctor. Fill out the contact information and note that you are a Pulse with Peter B viewer. When your doctor signs up to offer Believe Health plans, they will contact you with details for your gift card and annual membership. Go on there and sign up and nominate your doctor today.